back to Two Kim's One Pod. I'm your host, Peter Kim.
And I am Eunji Kim.
And there is absolutely no blood relation. Thank you for coming back to our podcast, y'all.
Yay.
It's time for Rock Hard Tops and Soft Flaccid Bottoms. Rock Hard Tops and Soft Flaccid Bottoms. Yeah. All right, this is the section of our show where we talk about our tops and bottoms of the week. Eunji, I'll go first. My top this week is very simple. I didn't really go out this much this week. There was not much. I truly felt like friendless and not cool and have no social calendar. This week is exactly the opposite. I have shows every night.
Wow.
I have lunches, but I wish I was more. I was more on top of it like that, but I don't have my calendar balanced out. So last week I was just like twiddling my thumbs, fucking doing. I was bored. I was like calling people for lunch and shit. Like it just like it wasn't a good week for me. But my top of that shitty week was that I avoided getting COVID because two of our best friends who we hang out with multiple times a week, a gay couple.
Yes.
We were hugging on them, talking mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exchanging stories and kisses on the cheek. You know, being gay.
Yeah.
Being homosexual.
I was going to say, how often are you kissing while telling stories?
No, you do the whole like, mwah, mwah, it's good to see you, honey. Oh, you look so cute. And touching. We're very close is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Our gay couple friends. And they got COVID bad. There's a surge happening. I don't know if there's a surge in Chicago, but there's a surge in LA right now.
There's a surge. I think
everyone's
overall,
dropping.
Yeah, everyone is,
like flies.
Yes.
And they both it started with a sore throat, and then they were like down for the count.
Yes.
Like immediately. Mm-hmm. And then it was like 3 days later, they were up again, much like our risen Lord Christ.
Ooh.
But yes. So they both got it hard, and we were hanging out with them when they got exposed. So we were all exposed. So I was like getting ready for COVID, but somehow bitches still know vid. I don't know. And we were like literally inside Jason's mouth. Like I was like that's how close we were. We were on top of each other. We were eating. We were smoking each other's joints.
Yeah.
We should have gotten it. But once again avoided it. So that was my top of the week.
The top is that you didn't get COVID because you have no friends. That's your top?
My life is so sad right now. I know. I had a really bad week. Sorry. That's my top of the... I was truly looking back at my calendar on my G-Cal and be like, what did I do this week? And because like I smoked too much weed to remember anything.
Sure.
So I have to look at my calendar and be like, these are the things that are coming up, or these are the things I did last week.
I do that too, yeah.
Right? Like I have no short-term memory left.
No.
But yeah, it's pretty bad, right?
Like
I had no highlight of the week. I was getting ready for the show. I was like, what is my top? And I was like, I guess my dog cuddled with me extra long this morning. Should I say that?
I don't know. Both are
sad.
That's a blunt top. That's a blunt, tiny top. Wait, what was your bottom then? What was your bottom?
Oh, you want me to do both first? Okay. My bottom was, once again, not much happened. So it was a very middling kind of week. But I did go play pickleball.
Okay.
Because it's outside and we could still do something with our friends. So we went, played pickleball. Let me just say that Eric is an athletic guy all around.
Okay.
Not with racket sports. The bitch sucks at racket sports. Pickleball, tennis, racquetball. Anything that has to do with holding a racket and hitting, like he's just, the hand-eye coordination is bad.
Well, you can't call him athletic then.
No, but he's good at everything else. Like basketball, like he could run. I've seen him jump. Like he is, he's got vertical.
He's jumped?
Bitch has got vertical.
Okay.
Yeah.
This white man can jump. Okay.
This white man did jump.
Okay.
And but anyway, Eric's bad at pickleball. But that's okay. If you're bad at something, I'm bad at a lot of sports. Trust me. So I'm
yes.
not gonna like come for you because you're bad at something athletic. That's just the way your body is.
Sure.
But this bitch is. But your attitude, that's something you could fix. Okay.
He has a bad attitude about it.
This bitch has. Let me tell you, this is the worst sport because we've been playing pickleball for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
He's my partner. Right, like I play pickleball with him. We duo together. We're playing.
Your partner in life and in pickleball, yes.
And in pickleball, he has not won a single game in 2 years. Not one single game. It's gotten close. Like we've lost by like 1 point, 2 point, or something like that. Right.
Sure.
But he has never, ever won a game of pickleball. So now he's starting to blame himself. He's like, "What's wrong with me?"
Okay, finally.
Hey, exactly. I'm like, take a look at yourself. Ask yourself what the fuck is wrong with you, because I'm trying to win,
Of course.
and also I'm trying to go home without a stanky ass attitude.
Yes.
And then the cutest thing was the next day he went to school where he works, and right before his first period, he texted me, "Sorry, I was being such a moody bitch last night. Thanks for being patient with me, blah blah." And then I softened up. But that was my bottom, because like not only have you never won a pickleball game, now we're in the car, and now I have to do a song and dance to try to make you feel better. I'm like, should we go to ice? Like I felt like a single parent. Like, should we go get ice cream? Should we go through McDonald's after like they lost in soccer or something?
Next time Dad will come. I swear.
He's just busy right now.
He's just busy right now. It doesn't have anything to do with you, but it does have to do with him. If he's bad,
he's bad. He's bad at it.
Is he working actively to get better?
I mean, in the way that we keep going back for humiliation, yeah, sure.
I can't believe you are continuing to play with him. If that was happening to me, I would have abandoned. I was like,
it's gonna break our partnership. Yeah, I know. That's what you know what it is, because my gay best friend Mike. You met him.
Yes.
In New York. He's my other player, but he's in New York doing like Broadway stuff. Yeah. So,
gay.
Gross. Exactly. Homosexualidad. So he, I'm just waiting for him to come back so that we could finally win a game.
Yeah.
But I don't mind losing. I'm truly me. I'm all about the sport. I'm there to like break a sweat, have fun, smile.
Yeah.
Have a good time with some friends, recreational.
Sure.
But Eric is very hard on himself when it comes to like losing and stuff like that. So it's like, truly, I have to like be there and be like, should we go get a McFlurry? Would baby like a McFlurry? And then he's like, I guess. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's
truly
tough
like child shit.
But to be that upset about it and bad, that's rough.
Yeah, I mean, you would only be upset because you're bad. No one's getting upset because you killed it.
Well, I mean, if you're putting forth your best effort and you're good, sometimes the cards are what they're going to be. The pickleballs will fall the way that they fall.
Not my little guy. Not my little guy. Not my champ. Let me tell you, sore loser.
Yeah, okay? Especially if you're bad. Like that's. Come on, get it together.
That's even worse, because if you were so good and then you lost and then you're pissed off about it, okay,
go for it. Yeah,
yeah.
But if you're bad, you got to be laughing. You got to be laughing at yourself.
What did you expect?
You're bad.
Your expectations are here. Your skill levels are here, and my patience, underground. Sorry, that side joke only worked on the YouTube. All right, tell me your tops and bottoms.
My top is, this past week I was in Michigan.
Come on, bitch. I saw everything you posted. I was so fucking jealous.
It was really nice.
It looked, I don't want to use the word iconic because it's overused, but what's another word that means iconic? Like classic.
Yes, it's like classic. It's very it's Coca-Cola. This whole
yes, bitch.
It really is.
You had matching stripes on with your daughter,
like
little swimsuit. Come on, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, truly,
it was so cute.
It's Coca-Cola. Like the whole experience there. We've gone there 2 years in a row. It is.
Do you want to tell us which city, or are you trying to respect privacy?
It's in Elk Rapids. It's by Traverse City.
Elk
so
Rapids,
it
okay.
is like it is
North Michigan.
Yeah, very almost in the Upper Peninsula. Yeah, and the lake is pristine. Like you can see the bottom of it.
Oh my!
You can see the minnows.
Oh
you can
my
see
God.
you can see the ecology of it.
Oh
And
my God, that's gorgeous.
I know, and it's
Pure
really
Michigan.
serene, pure Michigan, and also it's a kind of lake life that is less Budweiser speedboat. It is
Yes.
sailboat,
Kayaks.
swimming off the dock. There is a tubing guy, but that's just like one. There's not a lot of traffic on the lake because it's not permitted. And
Oh my! That's how you know it's classy. There's not a
that's
lot
what
of
I
water
mean.
sports.
And it's people are invested. Like the actual living quarters are pretty rustic, and it's not that nice. But you're there for the experience because
That's why you didn't post a lot about your room.
No, absolutely
I
not.
didn't see a lot of interior.
No, because you're not supposed to be inside. You're supposed to be
Oh, yeah.
outside. This is
Go
the whole
outside.
point of it. And
Yes.
also, you're buying into the vibe. It is all young families. Like, it's just kids running around. Like, truly, it's a kind of existence that doesn't really exist for children anymore, just to be free range like that. Like, my
Yeah.
son would leave in the mornings and just be like, I'm going for a walk. And I was like, where are you going? He's like, a walk. And he would just walk the grounds, and he would just wind up talking to some kid, and they'd walk around and just have an experience
Wow.
and then go and have breakfast by himself. Like true autonomy. My
Yeah.
son literally looked at me and was like, this is the only place I feel alive.
And he lives in a 2-story house.
That's what I mean. He's
Yeah.
got stairs. He's having Oreos all the fucking time. Like that sort of like freedom is it's not a part of modern childhood anymore. Like even if you live in the suburbs, you're never like just go.
Where are you gonna walk? To the PF Chang's? There's
That's what
nowhere
I
to
mean.
go.
There's
The Dollar
inside the subdivision, like you can't do a
fuck out.
pickup sort of situation. You can kind of, depending on the neighborhood, but it's very unusual. It's not that common. And so these kids are running wild, and you also feel very safe because it's like about an acre or two of just land that's all lakefront, and it's just whatever. And the parents it's the same, you know. It is really idyllic. And it's a kind of like lake culture. Like I don't really swim. I don't really participate in it, but it's like I can walk outside, have a cup of coffee, look at the fucking lake, and read a book.
Let me ask you this. How many other non-whites were you with? Or were you the only non-whites, you and your children?
There is one other Asian family there.
Okay, thank God.
One.
Japanese?
And no, they're both Chinese. They live in
Okay.
California. And they're only... And by the way, I also have to explain, like, it's like such a true, like, cross-section of American life. And a lot of doctors, by the way, that are there. And these guys that come in from Palo Alto, they're like friends. I mean, they're all like childhood friends from times, college friends. Like it's long, deep relationships these people have with each other. This is a third generation family run business. I mean, like that's incredible. Like most family run businesses don't last.
Anymore. Yeah.
Because, I mean, truly, most family-run businesses only last until the second generation because the third doesn't care, or there's the children hate each other and can't agree on and this falls apart. That's 100% the reason why family-run businesses don't last, and they have to
Okay,
sell.
see, that's what happened to Succession on HBO Max.
That's exactly.
You see that?
Exactly. That's a very common story.
Yeah.
And so that like sort of vibe, that energy is just like very pervades the entire experience. So that's definitely a top for me. A bottom. So I recently got some, and the bottom this is all me. This bottom is me. It's a bad feeling that I am going to convey to you. And I just need you to know if you understand this. So I had some good news. I have some good news. I got a new job, and
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's
Wait,
like,
can you tell us or no?
I want to wait
Is it a
just
secret?
because I'm
It's a secret.
I'm so superstitious. It's not fully, but I got a new job, and my mom really likes it. It's like a job.
Your mom really likes it?
I knew she would really like it. It's the kind
Whoa.
of thing that Korean ladies like charang.
Oh, wow. Okay. She's back in med school.
Yes. Like she's really excited about this job and like
she's telling all her Korean friends about your job.
Exactly.
Has she ever talked about any of your jobs?
No. Absolutely not.
Because you've never made her proud.
I've never made her proud.
No, yeah.
And so she's outside of school, right? When I was like very, very young. And she's like so 자랑 and she's like talking to me like, 은지야, 너무 like, 자랑스러워. Like, 축하해. Like, can I do this? And she's like coming over and like doing all these like sweet things. And
what?
It is
now we're like waiting, chomping at the bit to figure out what this job is. Because like for your mother, for like listeners of this podcast, to hear your mother behave like this has got to be big. Maybe we'll spill it on the Patreon.
Yes.
Anyway,
but let me just say, it is making me
sick.
Like I am so repulsed by this.
Are you 징그러워?
Yes, it's so 징그러워. Like like it's not even
Oh,
I don't
she's
know what
speaking in like a higher register.
like
like a sweeter. Oh my
god,
it's so gross. Ew, what are you doing?
Like truly, it makes me. I'm like crawling though. I'm like whatever. Like my insides
you're
are
the
just,
exorcist. You're on the ceiling.
I'm
throwing
seriously
up.
Like it's so gross. No 징그러워. Like it's so gross.
Tell
and
me
like,
why. Because go into it.
So I was real. I was like, she came and she like being so sweet. She brought flowers for me, and it's like, 은지야, 너무 축하해. Like all this stuff. Like wrote a card for me.
Handwritten card.
Handwritten card.
My God.
Huge orchid. A huge orchid. She brought to my house. It's very expensive. A huge orchid.
White.
Multiple colors. There's one that's
Those
like
are more
purple.
expensive.
That's what I mean. Purple,
white ones
and then
are
the
cheap.
ones on the bottom are like different shades of white and into purple.
Oh my God! Wow.
There's like
she
3
went into
bulbs.
a florist. This ain't no like Trader Joe's orchid.
That's absolutely correct. This is a huge pot, like 3 bulbs of orchids.
Oh my God!
This is $100.
Expensive moss.
Expensive,
I'm sure.
yes.
Oh, almost excited.
And it's making me crazy. Like I am being.
It's too much praise.
I am being so mean to her. Like I'm being cuntier than usual, and she's not saying shit to me. She's like, 알았어 그럼. I'm like,
oh my God.
Okay. Gonna. Like I'm just trying to get off the phone with her. I'm like,
I see your teeth. Like you eat the grit.
So pissed. And
I've never seen you with more wrinkles right now. Like this is your face is wrapped with rage.
And she's like, 알았어 그럼 바쁘겠지. It's like and I'm realizing
she has a crush on you. She has a crush on you right now.
And in the car ride back from Michigan, I'm like fuming and like. My husband.
Wait, why in the car ride back? Because she called you?
She called me and it's like, like she had brought all the stuff. She like set up the house because she was like making it nice for me. And like this is the thing.
No.
This is the thing, and I am being truly a cunt to her, like because I'm so annoyed. Yeah. And like Mac can pick up on it, and he also can sense me fuming. Like I'm like if I was a cartoon, like the stink lines over my head, like it would be that clear. And he's like, "What's going on with you?" And I was like, my mom is being so nice to me. And I'm losing.
I don't know how to handle that.
And like, he's like, what? And I was like, I'm being such a cunt to her. She's being so nice to me. And this is the reason why, Peter. Because our parents, their love for us is so deeply conditional. Mm-hmm. And there is no clear indication of it than the fact that I've given her something and now she is willing to give me love. And before, when I don't have anything to give her to 자랑 about, right, to brag about to her family and her friends, she doesn't have any friends, by the way, just her family.
Who she barely likes. Yeah.
That's what I mean. So it's like, and then she's coming to me with all this like fake saccharin. Mm-hmm. It's saccharin. It's too sweet because it's not genuine.
You don't believe it.
I don't believe it. And it's because otherwise it doesn't exist. usually doesn't exist. So you're telling me I give you this tiny little bit, this nugget, and then you're going to shower me with
a job.
A part-time.
Yeah. No bennies.
No bennies.
What the fuck?
That's what I mean.
This has got to be a good job, I'm sure. She's
no,
very
it's not.
excited.
It's not a great job. I'm telling you, it's just prestigious in her mind.
Well, whatever. Yeah. For her, she's got clout. She's got some currency, some emotional pesos to be spending. And you gave that to her.
The exchange rate on
How
this.
long will this last? Who knows?
But that's what's making me crazy.
But you can enjoy it? It's too much.
Because I know it to be false.
It's not false. Here's the thing. It's not false because your mom, our moms, all ethnic moms, have been conditional lovers from the get. So this is as true as it's going to get. Now, you're chinguro because you see right through it. Because that's what you hate. Because she's trying to play it off like she's always like this. But she's not. It's
the saccharin. It's just too sweet. It's the Mountain Dew. It's the Sprite. It's just too sweet. Mm-hmm. It's the full diet. It's the full Coca-Cola. Like it's too sweet.
It's Mexican Coke.
It's Mexican Coke. Like it's too much, and I'm like my stomach hurts. It's that, and that's a true bottom because it's like one. The layers to this bottom is we're going to the second sphincter here. Okay, the layers to this bottom are that one. I cannot accept this. Mm-hmm. Right? I cannot accept this sort of thing. The second layer is that her form of love not only is too saccharine, but that is totally conditional. It's just another reminder of it. That every single time, even though you do know that it's conditional, the fact that that it ricochets from one end to the other, like there's no
bipolar. Truly.
Yeah. And that there's no middle ground where it's just like, can we just be quiet and like each other? And just love each other and chill and be truly no way. And it's and at either extreme that it rings true to me is like a bottom because it makes me I usually avoid this because I don't have hope for our relationship improving. So typically when I'm on the other end, I'm like, yeah, this is the way it is. But the fact that I can give this to her and it still is like that, it was just like, damn it. I was like, it was just another reminder of it, even though it's on a different end of the spectrum.
Right. It still feels bad.
It still feels bad.
Man.
And that was this.
There's no winning.
There's no winning. And I usually avoid it because I am not an optimist. And the fact that,
and here's what, you usually avoid this type of saccharine conditional love because
by being a loser.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think maybe deep down inside, you remained a loser for decades.
Yes.
Because you didn't want your mom to love you for the way she prescribed the thing. So you were delivering loser life to her because you were like, fuck you. If you're not going to love me unconditionally, you don't get to love me at all.
And that's the second sphincter right there.
Yeah. That's the inner wall, baby.
Oh.
But you accidentally got a job. You had no idea she was going to become, Dr. Doolittle, or not Dr. Doolittle, but I don't know, a sweet angel mama or whatever. You had no idea she was going to turn for this job. So you were just going around your daily life, and then now you're pinned against the wall with this sweetness that you don't believe at all.
No.
And you're like, if I didn't have this job, literally 8 days ago, you were yelling at me for being a horrible daughter.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you're getting me a big orchid. Something's not tracking. Is she well?
This is what I mean. It's like,
is she sick? Because sometimes, I'm telling you.
Is there a tumor? Is this a tumor?
Yeah. Is this... Something's not right.
Is this tumor talking? Because... mean, we've talked about it on the pod before. Like, when's the last time your family gave you a gift? This is crazy.
Crazy. I know. But you know what? Take solace in the fact that this right now, whatever's happening with your mom and you, it won't last. It's not.
And I will take solace. And that's our tops and bottoms.
Rock hard tops and soft, flaccid bottoms.
Okay, time for Trauma Llama Ding Dong.
Trauma Llama Ding Dong.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been on TikTok, but this specific stitch and video about Asian friend groups has been making its rounds.
Yeah, he sent me this.
And people are like talking about the toxicity of Asian friend groups.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me of my own trauma around Asian friend groups.
Here we go.
And like, you know, Peter, you grew up in a very Asian place, you know, Bronx Science, 40%. Yeah. 40% Asian. Crazy. I grew up also in a very Asian high school. Like it was 30% Asian. But it includes, you know, South and Southeast, right?
Was it magnet?
No, it's just immigrant-y. Like it was a very much, yes, it was very immigrant-y, a lot of first generation.
You were just zoned in an area that was heavily, okay.
So, yes, a lot of first generation. Now, I very much participated in like going in. I was Sanrio bound, right? Like we are all like.
Did you guys have a morning glory?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! I thought that was just New York.
No, this is how Asian this area was. Of course, we had a morning glory.
Oh my God!
And
If you guys don't know what a morning glory is, it's like an old school Sanrio stationery shop.
Yeah.
With like pens and notebooks and little cutesy things.
And you can wear like little backpack, like plush backpacks. Remember the tiny backpacks with the...
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Remember sticker pictures?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sticker pictures.
I remember when a lot of the Filipino girls went out to visit their relatives out in LA and came back with the first...
With sticker pictures, right?
With sticker pictures.
And they were all had that like blown out filter. So you looked like super, what did they used to call it? Glamour shots or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was maybe.
Girls were getting it nonstop in high school. I remember.
I mean,
I was so jealous. I wanted to get glamour shots so bad. Yeah.
And like, I remember when that first wave of like those sticker pictures made their appearance inside of like people's, trapper and planners.
Filofaxes?
Yes.
Oh my God. Filofax was huge.
Those like
school.
Truly the 5-star trapper, the Sanrio ones, like those really were top tier.
Yes.
And I remember when they first made their appearance, it was huge. And then people were clamoring for them. People were going to LA to get these. This was only
you didn't have it in Chicago, the machines?
Not immediately. It came like a year later. It came later
because the Midwest always gets it like a year or two later.
Just like COVID.
Coast.
Yes.
Yeah. That's so true. It's just how our import export works.
Yeah. It's just, I'm sorry, the coast get it first. And so, but like I very much was invested in this life and Asian friend groups. Like I was in orchestra. Like of course there are going to be a fucking ton of Asians. Friends.
Right.
But it's just like the same stuff they talk about. Like there were some working class Asian friends and like families, but they were not as prevalent. 1, 2, there is an obsession with conformity inside of Asian friend groups, right? You kind of
very Confucian, very like, East Asian.
You have to be the same. And my mom did not allow me to wear baggy pants. And the only baggy pants I had were ones I stole. And they were...
So how would you wear them? Like you would wait till you got out of the house and then change?
Yes. And also, this is how I got around it. I stole a pair of size 16 boys Gap corduroy, wide wale corduroys that were for church, but I just got the biggest size. So they were very baggy, but then tapered at the end.
Okay. So that's how you got around?
Because my mom was like, these are just
jeans?
ugly pants. They're not they're not gangpet pants. They're
Oh my God, you're just a loser. You're just an immigrant loser. These aren't gangster pants.
They literally look like my dad's pants. They look like ajushi pants.
Yeah.
Wide whale? Like
what's wide whale?
Corduroy. You know how the corduroys are like really thin, like lines,
yeah.
ridges, ribs. Wide whale means like those really thick ribs.
Like that they only made in the like late 60s, early 70s.
You know what we're talking about? Like that's really wide.
Yes.
Those are the ones I wore in every single like Asian like friend group photo. Those are the only ones I'm wearing, along with this black.
Because it looks baggy like the other pants.
Yes,
but
I have
they're
to
not
stand
denim.
behind. But thankfully, there was always an Asian person like crouching in front of me like this.
Oh hell yeah, that was me. In a Nautica jacket.
Yes, so you couldn't see how they were all bunched up at the bottom.
Oh no!
Because they were tapered.
Oh no!
Because they were for like husky church boys.
Right.
That's what I was wearing.
That's right. Yeah, you had to get around it somehow.
I had to get around it. But like, and so I was very in and out of the Asian friend group because like conformity, one. And two, I also, we've talked about it on the pod before, but the hierarchical, like oppa, like, and like hyung, like this sort of like hierarchical thing is very rigid in a lot of friend groups, especially Asian ones. And I hated that. And it's
a very Korean thing too. I don't think the Chinese really have it, but no, they do with like Dailo. A lot of Chinese gangsters, they had like God brothers. He's my godfather. It was very like borrowing from the Italian mafia world. Like the Chinese gangster just did that. I don't know if that reached Chicago, but in the coast, it was very that. They would call each other Dailo, Daiga.
Okay.
Yeah, Mei, Jijit. Like they would call each other like little brother, little sisters. Anyway, that was like a big thing in our East Coast like Asian gangsta culture.
Like the triad adjacent, like
exactly. No, it was exactly that.
Absolutely.
Exactly that. Chinatown, Mott Street Boys. It was very that.
Yes. So like I was definitely trying to dipping in and out of that sort of world. And because I was loud and all that stuff, but I didn't kowtow to the hierarchy. And secondly, because my Korean was okay, but I also had this very strong Busan accent.
Oh God.
So I always got made fun of. And then and then I've talked about him before, but there was a very famous, like every single Korean that's in the tri-state, like Chicagoland area, you went to go see Dr. Pooh. Dr. Pooh is a Busan. Dr. Pooh, like was from Busan and was like the only Korean doctor for everybody.
Let me ask you, what is the Korean last name? What is he saying?
Kimchi, yeah.
What?
Kimchi, yeah.
But why is his name Dr. Pooh?
Because it was funny.
Wait, what? You just called him that. That wasn't his actual name?
That's his actual name. It was like Kim Poo, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, he went by his first name, not his family name.
Yes.
Psychotic. Anyway, continue.
So.
What?
I mean, you also have to imagine he was old. Like he must have been here since like the 70s, right? So like, you know how like Asian people from the 70s like did weird things with their names?
I don't know that. No.
Like they always like sometimes they went by like different kind of like my mom would like just go by like Sue instead of her name is Chung Soo. So she would be go by Sue. Like, you know, like just weird shit like that. So that might have been why. But because of that, and he also was from Busan, they always called me Pooh. And I would just walk the aisles of my high school and just hear people being like, Pooh! And that's what they would yell at me. And so in terms of trauma and Asian friend
we're
groups,
unearthing a lot here. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, Asian friend groups can be toxic, and if you're able to survive that ring of fire, that crucible, you know, I think there's something to be said for it. And also, once you survive it, why would you ever want to leave? Once you're in it, like, it feels good because you've survived something to be there, and
you got
then
hazed.
You got hazed, and you're there. You're in it.
Yeah.
Like,
And
unless you went to a university that had no Asian people, yeah, why wouldn't you ever leave? But I got burnt
hard. Yeah. It sounds like you were never accepted in the first place, so you had nothing to leave.
Absolutely, because I was also weird and like all that stuff. So, you know, I didn't conform, and that's why.
Yeah.
You know, I stayed a loser.
Good for you. I think you found your voice faster, probably, because I was the opposite, where I conformed immediately.
Peter was very popular. I went to go see. Truly, like, finally meeting your friends from New York, I was like, this is the energy. Like,
what do you
guys
mean?
were cool. You guys were cool and popular. Like, I could sense it.
Is it because the way they were dressed? What do you mean? Like,
no.
It was just like my girlfriends from high school who came out.
Yes. And I could tell they were popular.
We were cool. Cool. I mean, like you said, we went to a high school of mostly Asians, and we were, the cool Asians, we were smoking cigarettes and being bad. So I guess we were cool.
Yes.
Right? And we had wide leg jeans. We had Jinkos. No one was wearing fucking wide whale. I don't even know. I had no idea what that is. I didn't know corduroy was something that like young people could wear until I got out of college. You know what I mean? Like, no Koreans wore corduroy. That was specifically a white or skater thing. Or like, yeah, it was definitely like the Asians who didn't hang out with other Asians. That was that was the corduroy.
That was the only one thing I wore to try to fit in with the Asians.
And they were like, absolutely not. Well, yeah, that's so sad that your mom did that. My mom wouldn't let me wear Jenko jeans either, but I wore them anyway, and she would always complain about them. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But my trauma llama ding dong is of a time when, you know, like when you're a child, you don't really know about nakedness until you're made aware of it. You know what I mean? Like, as a child, being naked is normal until someone says, do you remember the phrase, trigger warning, a little lady? Do you remember that little teasing sing song that Korean family members or adults would point at your tatas or your you know, vag or your pee-pee, point and say "olerikolari," which means, I don't really know what it means, but it's something you say to purposefully embarrass a child.
Yes.
It's to say, like, look at you, how shameful.
Yes.
But in a sing-songy way.
Yes.
It's like how, like, Koreans say, like, 울다가 웃으면 똥구멍에 털 난다. You know, like,
Yes.
there's like a sing-songy thing about, like, if you laugh and you cry, you'll get hair on your butthole.
Yes.
And it's like, what? Why? And that's like a way to stop us from crying. So there's a lot of like toxic, emotionally unintelligent things that Korean
around
culture
nudity.
does to nudity.
But it's not like shameful, like, because everyone is naked. Like, moyak like culture.
No, they wouldn't say it inside of a bathtub, in a bathhouse, but like outside. Let's say, like,
absolutely.
I don't know, your kid's like running around naked, and that's what parents would like point at the pee-pee and start laughing and saying "olerikolari." Anyway, so one time, my dad, my real dad, when my parents were still together, took me down to the laundry room in our apartment building.
Okay.
And because my mom was like, can you go get the things from the dryer?
Okay.
And he was like, sure. And my, I guess like my clothes were being cleaned or something like that. So he ended up taking me down to the laundry room, butt ass naked, with just a Yankees cap on.
That's the most naked.
I know, with a hat on.
With a hat or socks. Those are the tops or bottoms. That's what the most naked you can be.
You can feel. It's worse than being totally naked.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, why put a hat on? So like he put a Yankees cap on me, and there's a picture of me on top of the dryer, fully naked.
Picture of you?
Yeah, fully naked, with just a Yankees cap on, my pee and balls completely out, and I remember
your legs open, eyes wide.
Yes.
Open heart, closed. What's it?
Yeah. Full hearts, open.
Wide legs, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't lose. Like.
Full hole, open hearts, can't lose. Anyway, so like I'm sitting there fully naked, and this other ajumma from our apartment comes down to like do her laundry, and she sees me and she goes, "Oh my God, Letty," and pointing at my penis. And I remember at that point, that was like the first time I realized that I ought to be shamed of my penis. You know what I mean? Like, I remember fully feeling like, oh, something's bad. This lady is seeing me naked. This is bad. I can't be seen like this, you know, like, and I felt completely ashamed. And my dad was laughing because he thought it was cute.
Yes.
Because, you know, his kid is naked on the fucking thing with a Yankee cap on, and he's taking pictures of me. And so like everybody's having fun with it except for me, the naked kid, right?
Yes.
And here's what, like, it would be fine, like, if I was like young enough to not remember it. It's like
how
cute.
old were you?
16. No, I'm just kidding.
Your father put you up there at 16.
Full pubic hair, pitbull ass. my bleach bags coming all the way down. Just cockroach bags. I'm just a left into a 60-year-old penis. With a Yankees cap on. No, I was pre-K, I think.
So you
like
remember it,
like
though.
4 or 5, but I remember it. Like if you're like a toddler, you might not remember it, but like I think I was going to school. I was pre-K.
Is that like a moment you came online? Because I came online.
Yes. Because
That is
I
when
have
you
a
came
visual of like the stacked dryers, you know, the noise of it, the smell of the place. Like I remember it. Like I could close my eyes and go right back to that moment.
My first trauma, I remember I came online. Same thing.
Nakedness?
Same thing.
Oh wow!
Like, and it's shame. That's the most indelible memory of it all. And the thing that's fucked up is like there's so much stuff like that that's around Korean, like teasing. That's like it's fun for the adults, and it's like supposed to be in good fun, but it also revolves around making you feel embarrassed,
ashamed. Yeah, it's all about embarrassment, all about like humiliation. Like, and why is that funny? I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure it out. But that thing of like, we all do it, you know, it's the same thing with like dongjip or like anything like, or like pinching your nipples.
Yes.
Or like telling a chubby boy that he needs to get a brassiere.
Raja. Yeah.
You know, and everyone laughing about it and no one at all thinking it's inappropriate or mean, or this kid's gonna feel bad about himself. It's almost like they're like, it is mean, it is inappropriate, and he should feel bad about himself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they're all thinking, they know what's happening, but they're like, so? That happened to me. It's like, because they were all shamed. So they're like, well, we have to treat our child like that, or else how will they know what to be ashamed of?
I mean, it definitely is like a communal, a choice within the community to shame, and it's like it's a
rite of passage almost.
It's a collective trauma that all of us have experienced as a community together. I think you'd be hard pressed to find any other Korean American or Korean that doesn't remember one of these moments. Do you think people in Korea have this?
I think it's like probably not anymore, but in the 80s, I'm sure they did. So like people like late Gen X and early millennials like us, I'm sure have the same experiences. But they also, I think that type of behavior, I hate to say it, it's also a class thing. I think it's like poor people shit because like I can't imagine like a rich mom or rich dad doing that.
Really?
Like a chaebol?
They don't do dongchip?
No, I feel like it's like they're too like frou-frou about it, or like almost teasing is too intimate for chaebol families. You know what I mean? It's like there's like walls between them. So like I bet like that type of like olerekolari is like it's like a sense of intimacy or closeness that you have right with that child.
I see.
But I feel like maybe chaebol families or richer Korean families might not even have that closeness. It's almost like they have to get made fun of by their nannies because like the moms don't even like see the kids like that much. You know what I mean? Or the dads. So like because I'm just thinking about my rich Korean friend, and his dad would never do that to him. His dad never even like looked at him in his eyes. You know what I mean? He was just like so busy and not around.
Okay, that sounds like autism, but like, I mean, I
probably.
I mean, I guess I never thought about that. But all this type of like very specific trauma, I was watching this thing around parenting that there seems to be a correlation between experiencing a certain amount of trauma and success. And it is like the appropriate amount of trauma. An appropriate amount of trauma. Not so traumatic that
dip?
Yes. It's not so traumatic that you like wind up like really fucked up or like just looking to having external coping mechanism, but like just a little bit of like an appropriate amount of trauma that like spurs you to achieve. It's that like feeling of
character.
Yeah, like it's the feeling of like I'm going to show these motherfuckers like thing that drives.
I wonder what that appropriate amount is. Is it the same for everyone, or is it like?
I think it depends on the person, but like it's usually there is some sort of trauma or like collective amount of like thing that like this was a CIA guy that was like talking about. They seem to see that like operatives that are most successful have this sort of trauma in their lives that's appropriate, and I wonder if that's like kind of the function of this inside of this class and community that it's like. I mean, it is fucked up.
We're just trying to make you successful.
No, but it's like that there is this unwitting acknowledgement that a little bit of teasing,
like life is hard, bitch. Get used to it.
Get used to it. Yeah, like people are gonna laugh at you. Your body is stupid. Like it is shameful.
What do you think is the appropriate amount of trauma for your kids?
I think the amount that I've given them.
Oh, okay, good. So, stop. They are full, and
I think we're good.
You're about to dip into like fucking serial killer territory. That'd be interesting to see like when serial killers turn.
Oh, I mean, it's like early with like mom stuff usually. But
it's like, usually mom stuff. Yeah, but I'm saying like that's all trauma, right? So like,
yeah, and it's deep and profound and it's fucked up. But like this sort of teasing, like that trauma that you're describing around body. That's what I was saying. It's weird because I remember that too. It is distinctly around your body and it's around a thing, and but then it doesn't translate because we all have this sort of like comfort with our nudity,
but only in that space.
Yes.
Think about it, like men and women never see each other.
No.
It's very gendered.
It's very gendered, but it's like...
Yeah, so like a woman seeing a boy's penis, it's like, you know, like, but if she saw, I don't know if she would say the same thing to a girl's vagina.
Absolutely. It's happened to me.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. Here I thought I was specifically trauma, but this is normal.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like outside of the jjimjilbang. Like jjimjilbang, like... It's just weird. I remember going to Korea and then realizing how comfortable everyone is in like a in a Korean like bathhouse,
Right.
but how it didn't translate into like this external
Your normal life.
outside world. Yeah. And
Yeah.
there is like a big division between inside and outside in most, like in Korean culture. Like I was talking about it with my son. I was like, that's why white people are so gross. They wear their outside clothes inside. I was like, you have to take off your shoes. Like that's
The
gross.
shoes and the inside clothes is like, I know. We talked about this. It's crazy.
It's
like,
gross.
folks,
It's gross.
White people listening, like, please get home and change into your inside clothes.
You want to wear your bus clothes on your bed?
I was
Bus
just
clothes?
thinking, even not just bus clothes, even your own car. Like I was thinking the other day, like, what if I had to be naked in my car and my literal butthole was sitting on my car seat? Disgusting. And that's my car. No one else drives it. You know, so like, not to say you're naked on a bus, but my point is, it's gross. Like
It's gross.
There's inside slippers, there's house slippers, and house clothes for a reason. And you guys need to start picking that up. That can't just be an Asian American thing.
You can't just be K-pop. You also have to do this. Appropriate this.
Yeah. All right, folks. It's time for our final segment of the episode. It is
Bitch, get into
Get
it.
into it. Bitch, get into it. This is a section of the show where Eunji and I could bring in a thing, a person, or an idea that we're really like vibing with this week. And this week I have a product that
Ooh.
came really useful on the flight back from our tour.
Oh.
Because it was a long flight from Boston to LA. It was like almost 6 hours. And I knew I had to go to sleep because we woke up early and the night before we were fucking out and blah, blah. So I got a neck pillow, a airplane pillow. But usually when I get a neck pillow, they're all the same. They're like that U-shaped kind of beans inside that kind of
Yes.
like, it's like a bean bag, but like a neck pillow. And it inevitably, it gets like flat on one side and you have more of a crick in your neck than you would have if you didn't use it. So like, I'm not a fan of neck pillows in general, but
Okay. I've never used one.
you've never used one? Okay,
No.
get into it. Look, this one is called Cabo.
Oh.
Okay, I'm showing you for the visuals. Cabo, Cabeao, EAU. Anyway, so it's non-beady. It's not that like bead material that comes in. It's like a memory foam.
Oh.
And it's designed, and there's a strap here where like the strap comes out. It won't really matter for you because you've never used one, but this is important because usually neck pillows, they're not tight enough to like support your neck. So what you do is you strap it like this. And it keeps your neck in place. It's almost like
It looks like full kink.
what? It looks like what?
Looks kink. Like that's like autoerotic asphyxiation. When you were like strapping
Imagine
it
a
in.
porn of me wearing this, and I'm like, "Ooh, daddy. Ooh, yeah. Does this get you hot? Ooh, I'm in restraints. My neck." It does look like, for those of you who are just listening on the pod, it does kind of look like a what are those things called when you break your neck and you have
neck
to
brace. It looks like a neck brace. Yes. It looks like a future neck brace
it looks like a neck brace.
from the future.
So this straps on and keeps it in place. So like a neck brace, you can't really move around, which is the point of this, right? So that you stay in the plate like this, like. You don't have to adjust it at all. You can just be like. Anyway, it's $49.99, so it is a lot of money. I know, it's crazy. It's a crazy amount of money for a neck pillow. But listen, if you're traveling, especially more than 4 hours on a plane,
Yes.
and you got to sleep, you got to get one of these. Cabo, and it's a lifetime warranty.
Okay.
So if it ever like loses its plushness or whatever, it starts breaking or something, or the zipper breaks, you can just ask them for a new one and they'll refund it. They'll give you a new one.
So I've seen these, and have you ever seen the ones where they're like, it's like a neck brace, but then you can like put your head in the thing, like in front, so that you're like it's like a massage.
Like a massage chair?
Yes, and you just put your head into the hole like this, and it's like
How does
looks
it
like a cube.
support? Oh,
I don't know. It's like that sort of thing, and then it's like a
Yeah.
cube, and you put in your head, and it's
and then so you're
strapped
just
to your
leaning
neck.
forward?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've seen that lately, but I'm small enough where I can literally like kind of
Crawl up.
Yeah, and like, but the thing is, I'm getting old enough where my knees are starting to like kind of get fucked up from being like contorted like that. So maybe I'll invest in one of these. I mean, I can't imagine.
Put it under your knees.
I can't imagine myself doing something like that though.
I'll tell you what, I slept the entire time.
Really?
Like a fucking baby. And this thing, and I snore, and this thing says that you won't snore on it, but I don't know because I was sleeping. But I slept like a baby the entire time. I didn't ask. No. The person next to me?
Yeah.
No. She was actually being a total bitch the entire time. Yeah, she kept like moving her arm on the arm seat and trying to like elbow my elbow off the seat. Like she was being terrible.
Are you serious?
Anyway, yeah. It was an older lady, so like I was like, you don't have that much time, so like I'm gonna give this to you. But like, if she was like 5 years younger, I would have been like, excuse me, do you have a problem? Like I would have went into that register.
For sure.
Gay Karen. Karen.
Excuse me.
Anyway,
excuse me.
Do we have an issue? Like I would. Anyways, that's so bitch. Get into it, Cabo.
Oh, I can't believe you slept for the entire time.
Yeah, like a baby.
Wow. Now that's an endorsement. Okay. Mine is a concept and it's going to sound radical.
Okay. Let me get
Writing stuff down. Writing stuff down.
Writing stuff down.
I'm telling you.
Okay. I'm listening.
When I say write it down.
We write things down all the time. We're writers. We write things down all the time. Okay?
No, I'm talking about.
I'm listening.
I'm telling you, writing it down using a pen and a paper. The physical thing
of writing.
Write it down.
Not in your notes app.
Not in your notes app.
Not on an email to yourself.
Absolutely
You're talking
not.
pen to paper.
Pen to page.
Okay.
Because I see it all the time now with a lot of like younger people, and even in sort of classes and stuff like that, people will type their notes. They will type or use their notes app only or voice memo.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
I've done that, but it's not as good as writing it down.
Tell me
writing
why.
it down, it just puts it in your body, especially if it's an idea. It puts it in your body in a way that is simply not the same with any other form of writing.
Notation.
The typing, for whatever reason, and there is like actual science behind it, that like the act of writing and committing it and like using your
penmanship,
using your fingers and your brain in this way, it commits
now, arguably, you are using fingers and brain while typing. Those are the same extremities, same organ.
But it is somehow...
We're saying it's different when you draw squiggly lines.
It is primal. We are intended to do it this way. Writing it down, using a pen and paper. I challenge any of you who would say to me, Notes app works just fine. I'm telling you, not even if you aren't a writer. Okay? I do it for when I plan out my day. I do it when I plan my family's things. It helps you internalize information and intuit things, and it also helps you think of different ideas and remember stuff as you're writing it down versus simply typing it. And we worry about AI. This is how we win.
Oh, okay. Penmanship is how we win. All right.
Absolutely.
Because AI can't read. Well, I don't know if that's true, but
penmanship, cursive?
So
cursive is how we win.
Let me ask you, are you using cursive or a print?
It's like a messy mix of both.
Same. Yeah. Here's why. I agree. I think writing it down's way better than typing or anything, but my hand hurts.
Of course.
That's you're like, it should.
Yes.
Here's the thing. My hand hurts, and when I look back at my notebook, 88% of the times, don't know what the fuck I wrote. Because because my hand hurts.
Yeah.
So it's messy, right? Like, I'm not doing my P's or my W's correctly.
Yes.
My W's are turning into R's and N's. So most times I'm looking back at my notes, even like joke books and stuff, I'm like, what the fuck am I writing? I'm literally like channeling almost, where it's like scribble.
Yes.
How am I supposed to look back at it? So do you have any like tips on how to be useful with the writing? Because I agree with you. I think writing's much better, but in my 41 years of doing this, like it's atrophied. It's hard to write.
So I would argue.
Do you have like a good pen you like, or?
No, my attitude about it is because I'm the same way. Like I can't read half the shit that I wrote. It's very confusing. I get lazy at it. Like I would argue that that is your body telling you we're done.
That's like immediate though. I like the second I start writing, my forearm starts cramping.
But Peter, when you are writing and like there's how many of the ideas that you've scribbled and you've like forgotten, and you go back and you're like, I can't read this. How many of the percentage that you can read, right? It's because it's a good idea, and the shit that you can't read, I would argue, bad ideas, not worth it. Leave it up. It's bad, or just let it go. That's it. I was like, I have the stuff that I can't read. I was like, it wasn't worth it anyway. Like all the stuff.
I have to because I can't get into it anyway. I need like a forensic scientist to get in there and be like, what the fuck did he mean?
And it teaches, and that's the sort of stuff where it's like letting go and letting God. It's like another lesson.
So you're saying like if I really want to remember it, I'll take my time and make sure to get it legible.
Or it's in your body and you remember it. Like there are some ideas where I can barely read that I remember.
Because you were writing it down. You remember writing it down.
That's right.
As opposed to you don't remember typing on your phone.
Because there's plenty of ideas and weird bits I have in my notes app that I didn't write down that I'm equally as confused. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Cello. It's all misspelled.
It's all misspelled, or it's like it makes no sense. Like I like truly like there was one was like. There's like a bunch of stuff where I'm like,
should we do like this is so random, but I have my notes app up right now.
Yeah, me too.
Do you have like new jokes page or something like that?
Absolutely. Shit? Yes.
Okay. Do you want to like read one that you're like, what the fuck was I even talking about? Because I have so many.
Yes.
And I have so many new jokes. But like not so many new jokes. So many things titled new jokes. And it's just like run on ideas of like it's just stupid. None of this even makes any sense. Okay, here's one. The guy who says the guy who takes a long time to describe something. Like this guy who was like taking forever to describe a meal he had. And then he just kept trying to think of like words. You know, he was like, oh my God, it was just like this crispy with this underlying vivacious, and it was a vibe. You know, they always end with it was a vibe.
It was a vibe.
Because they don't know. So I'm like, okay, that's a thing, I guess.
Okay, I have one. This one is, oh my God, so embarrassing. This is a woman who
love this section.
This is a woman who can eat a pickle, make a pickle, and get out of one. She's a pickle master bitch.
She's a what? Say that again.
She's a pickle master bitch.
A past you thought that was worth writing down.
She's
a pickle master bitch.
She's a schemer and a dreamer, and got herself out of a pickle or two. She's a lady who will do a little fraud and absolutely ruin your life. But that's the dance, baby. What?
I have something like that too. It's like secret to happiness? ? Don't strive to be the best. Just be better than the worst. What? A past me thought that was worth writing in my notes app.
Wait, this is another one. I actually wrote this down twice. I think I wrote it and I was like, no, I have to remember this. This is like a sleep one. No one wants to know how the beautiful sausage gets made. Do you think a hot dog starts out a smooth cylindrical tube? Grow up. I rewrote that.
You added grow up? like this shit. I gotta tag this show. Grow up. That's so funny. All right. Well, you know what, guys? Fucking grow up. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We're here every week. Check out the Patreon. Leave us a review. You know how we like to get love.
We're here every week, rain or hurricane or hurricane.
By the way, it's sunny as fuck outside.
Yes, I know.
Jesus Christ. We all got worried. Everyone was like, we need to batten down the hatches. We need to fucking bring our plants back in. Blah, blah. And like, truly, we brought everything in. We like, put over the chairs so they don't fly around. We took all our cushions from the outside thing. Literally like dribbling rain. And now it's sunny as fuck outside. You know, they canceled Eric's school this morning. He's a teacher. He's a full-time teacher. And they're like, we're not having school. And there's literally not a drop of water left. Like, LA is fucking nuts. It's crazy.
It is. That is crazy.
LA is crazy.
To cancel school before the thing.
The thing. What? And we were getting like it like just past us too. I think Palm Springs got it pretty bad, but like LA was fine. And like we were all like me and all my friends got together and we were like, I know we're ending this thing, but like we're like, oh, let's all get together pre-hurricane and we're gonna to
echo the end of our actual podcast, grow up.
Grow
LA,
up.
grow up.
We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.